horrible.
They're always horrible.
No, it's gonna be horribler because of the whole Luke thing.
Well, doesn't Grandma already kind of know because of the whole house debacle?
No, she suspects, but she doesn't know. No, I'm gonna have to tell them.
Well, just tell them real quick, like ripping a Band-Aid off.
Like ripping a Band-Aid off that's been superglued, stapled, and surgically embedded in my arm.
Just tell them, and then we can move on. We can talk about more pleasant things, like the Middle East.
I don't know how they're gonna come at me, you know? I mean, I know they're gonna come at me, but I don't know how. I mean, it could be guilt, pity, anger, contempt. They have so many options.
Well, in all likelihood, it'll be a combination of all of those.
I don't want the whole night to be about Luke.
It won't be. Don't worry. Just put it out there, and then when they attack you, whatever angle they're coming from, I will deflect.
How will you deflect?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I will talk about Bangalore.
You know a lot about Bangalore?
Don't you? Bangalore? Outsourcing? You know when you call customer service, you're almost always talking to some nice dude in India who speaks perfect English. Don't you read Time magazine?
It doesn't seem like a rich subject area.
Yeah.
No, I know. You tell them you're converting to Judaism, and that'll throw the whole Friday night dinner thing in jeopardy.
There you go.
Lorelai, how's summer with you? Anything new?
We planted some pansies at the Dragonfly in the back there. They look good. And, I finally bought a new DVD player, and Luke and I broke up.
Did you? That's too bad. Now, Charlotte, when the conversation lags, a good guest ought to be prepared to introduce a new topic. Keep it light, no politics, no religion. My little trick? Just think of things that you've read in the middle 3 sections of the Sunday New York Times. Travel, arts and leisure, Sunday styles, and forget the rest of the paper exists.
Look, it's all right.
What is?
We can talk about the breakup. I'm sure you have thoughts on the subject, and why don't we get it all out in the open now so we can move on with our lives?
I've moved on. Richard, anything you'd like to add?
I can't think of a thing.
All right, then. Isn't it interesting how they're renovating so many of the old paradores in Spain?
It's funny you should mention that, because last week at the club, Chick Walls told me that he and Mary stayed at this extraordinary old castle near Madrid. Where was it? Lerma.
Lerma, how nice.
Excuse me, what's going on? Why are we talking about Lerma?
It's a town in Spain.
Yes, I understand geography, but why are you avoiding the subject of my breakup?
Honestly, Lorelai, I see no point in continuing this conversation. We couldn't possibly say anything right, so why say anything at all?
Well, that's not true.
It absolutely is.
You could say something. You could try. You could say, I'm sorry, Lorelai. This must be a very hard time for you.
Well, I am sorry, Lorelai. I'm sure this is a very hard time for you.
That's it? That's all?
I just said what you said to say.
You don't have anything of your own to add?
I'm sure whatever Luke did...
See? It's so interesting because you blame it on him and you don't even know the whole story.
Mom.
I knew we couldn't talk about this. I should have claimed I had laryngitis.
Lorelai, your mother is simply expressing our regrets that you've ended your relationship with Luke. I hardly see how that's offensive.
Fine. Only that's not true. You never liked Luke. You never showed him anything but total contempt.
That's not true. I played golf with Luke.
Once.
And we were planning on buying the two of you a house. Doesn't the fact that we were willing to spend an enormous amount of money on a wedding present count for anything?
So that's what you're mad about? You're mad about the enormous amount of money you might have wasted?
Mom.
That's not what I was saying.
Well, you implied it.
Lorelai, there's nothing...
Bangalore. Bangalore. Bangalore.